Students are protesting in India after a reputed national entrance exam was scrapped, just a day after 900,000 candidates sat for it. The UGC-NET exam is mandatory for admissions in PhD programs and for securing jobs in teaching roles in government-funded universities.
Now, the education minister says the decision was taken after it became clear that the paper was leaked. He called it an institutional failure of the National Testing Agency and vowed to fix responsibility. Ishan Garg has more from New Delhi.
Students here say their future is in limbo. They are blaming the authorities for the irregularities in the exam process, due to which the test has been cancelled. The government hasn't said exactly what went wrong. Education Ministry officials say they received credible information suggesting the tests were compromised. Some students say the exam papers could have been leaked ahead of the test and made public. Authorities have refused to comment on the allegations and say an investigation is ongoing. For the students, though, there's little clarity on what comes next. For tens of thousands of them, especially those who come from underprivileged backgrounds, government jobs and PhD scholarships are the only shot at a better life.
Poor students who have been doing their education, pursuing their education on loan or something like that, and they are struggling, and this was the time, this was the golden period when all the things will pay off for them.
And it's very sad to hear because the students worked very hard for the exam. So I think that the NET exam should be reconducted again.
Many are now demanding that India's education minister resign. They're also urging officials to dismantle the National Testing Agency, which is responsible for conducting standardized tests across the country. This comes as the NTA has already been under significant pressure over alleged irregularities in another pan-India test. That test, conducted in May, was for admissions to India's medical colleges for an undergraduate degree. This year, 2.4 million students competed for just 110,000 available places. Petitions have been filed in India's Supreme Court seeking a re-exam after a record number of students were awarded a perfect score in the test. There was also a significant jump in the number of candidates who scored in the high range of marks, leading to more intense competition for seats in top medical colleges. This also raised concerns over the integrity of the exam. Now, the police in the northern state of Bihar have already arrested 4 students for allegedly securing a copy of the question paper ahead of the exam. Opposition parties are piling the pressure on the government, accusing it of incompetence. India's main federal opposition, Congress Party, is launching nationwide protests demanding what it calls justice for students. The issue is likely to overshadow the parliamentary proceedings when the House assembles next week. It will be the first sitting of the lower house of parliament after Prime Minister Narendra Modi secured a 3rd term. And questions about the impacted students could be at the top of the agenda, especially as issues such as education and jobs were many young voters' top priorities in the recent election. Ishan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.